Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Dave, Lease Over 20, and this is our, May 2026 live giveaway. And without further ado, I'm going to bring on our Carrie Browning and Tom Bellius. And we might have Michael join us in a little bit. But hey, how you guys doing? What's going on?
Doing good.
Not a lot. Not a lot.
Not a lot. Carrie, you been on the water guiding at all, or?
I have done a trip guiding. Yeah, had a really good trip. Caught some big redfish. My boat record is 31 inches for inshore, where you're not actually going after bull reds, out in the bay.
Yeah.
And that record has stood for about 3 years. And I got some boys on the boat, and two of them caught a 31-inch redfish each.
Nice.
I've never caught one over 31 inches inshore, just in creeks,
Man, that's perfect.
We did it all in one day, 2 31-inch redfish in one day, along with some other really nice fish. But yeah,
it was. And what were they experienced inshore fishermen, or is that like their first redfish or their biggest redfish? Or?
Some of them, but the thing that was most important to me was, can you throw, a spinning reel, and do you know how to cast, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And if they can do that, then if I get 3 guys on my boat that know how to cast, and one of them said, well, one guy might need a little help, well, that's okay. But if 2 of them can, then I can help the third guy, because when you're fishing for redfish, at least here, you need to be throwing right where the water meets the grass, where the water meets the because those redfish are going to be right on that water's edge, and so are the flounder. But the redfish are going to be right on that water's edge, and whether it's grass or whether it's oyster rakes, you're still bouncing that down, and that 3 foot or 6 foot or whatever you're falling, that's where the redfish are. Then you swim it out, and then the trout are out here between that 15 foot that you fished for redfish. Now you're swimming that bait out, and that's where your trout are. And that's the things that I really enjoy teaching people, is just how to swim your bait, how to slow down a little bit, and what to expect. And it's fun to see when those things come together and you can have a successful trip.
Yeah.
So I had one. It was fun.
That's awesome. Good job.
Yeah.
I think I've really only been inshore here once in the last 6 weeks. A lot. I didn't have a great day, but I did catch a 19-inch trout, which is a decent one for here.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely all spawned out. Typically, our most active spawn is full moon in May. I almost wonder if it's going to be a pretty active one this month, because it's been so cold. Like, the water's been typically this time of year, it's like 90 every day, or 90s.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a lot of 80s, low 80s, cold mornings. So I don't know. I'd be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if it's a good spawn this month too. But I'm looking to get out, man. I told Carrie I was laying tile all day, not fishing. So yeah, I'm ready, and I'm gonna have to just take a hooky day and do it.
Well, you got to work on the weekends so you can take a hooky day during the week, because
exactly.
That's when you don't have all those people out there with you.
Exactly. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Big Don, what's going on in Mississippi? You said it's been wet, right?
Rain and wind. But when you can get out, the fish is there. They definitely still in the spawn mode, and they still chomping, just getting the conditions to be able to get out. A lot of them's pushed out to the barrier islands, but there's still quite a few fish kind of inshore. They out the creeks and bays, but they hanging around the inshore structure, inshore reefs, and but with all the fresh water coming down, I expect them to push out a little saltier water here in the next few weeks.
Yeah. When you go out,
it's been good. A lot of 3 to 5 pound trout getting caught.
That's awesome. I'm seeing more and more posts out of Texas like that. They're starting to feel like they're really noticing the 20-inch upper slot making a difference, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. I read a lot of the Texas Post, and there's a lot of comments about the quality of their fish improving since they went to the, they put the slot on, and, they got them down to 3 trout. And I mean, Texas Wildlife and Parks did the right thing, and it's paying off for them. And in the future years, it's going to pay huge dividends as far as bringing the big trout population back. So kudos to the Texas guys.
For sure. And, the thing that usually happens once you start getting an abundance of fish and a lot of big fish is people start crying about the fact that they can't keep any. So hopefully the Texas Park and Wildlife will see past that and just say, look, this is the change we were looking for. Let's enjoy it. Let's keep it going.
Yeah. Well, and they was going to put on they was working on, I don't know if they ever got it, a big fish where you can only have one big fish annually. Yeah. So I'm not for sure if that ever got completed or not at this point.
Like a tag is what they're doing, right?
Yeah. 1 year annual tag for a fish, maybe, I don't know, over 28 inches, over 30 inches, or whatever it might be. That's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing as well.
You gut hook it or gill hook it or something. It's going to die anyway. At least it gives you a chance to keep it.
Have you guys seen paid any attention to the social media about how the regulations in Texas have affected the fishing now with bigger fish?
That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
I mean, but have you seen the comments of where people are saying, well, I'm catching more over 24-inch fish now than I've caught in the last 7 years, or, that kind of thing, where there's still some people that just won't buy into it, but
yeah.
Well, you're always gonna have those folks that's not gonna buy in. Those guys are limit guys.
Yeah.
And I mean, as long as Texas Wildlife and Park sets the limits, that's what they bound by. So, like Dave said, I believe at some point when the trout population gets built back up, they'll probably ease up and increase the creel, the daily limit.
I'm hoping that that's how it turns to where people, can see the benefits of doing what is going on,
Yeah.
Maybe that's going to take a couple of years, but
the guides for sure is behind the big fish population, that's for sure. And of course they got a couple, they still got things going on down there, like in Baffin Bay, they got this desalination project that they're trying to dump all this high salinity water in Baffin Bay, and there's some pushback there. And Louisiana's got the redfish and the menhaden issue going on, and we see the same effects from pogie boats as Louisiana sees in the Sound, but they fish more off Louisiana waters than they do the Sound waters.
Yeah. Well, the things going on in Texas, like I feel like it helps our messaging, because it's like if everyone voluntarily did it, if you didn't have to do it by law, this is what would happen. Here's the proof, right? Even though we're anti-regulation, when you do have a regulation, it kind of forces the issue of release over 20. But
yeah, well, it took the law to push them there.
Yeah,
but hopefully by being pushed in that direction, the folks will see what the positive side of that is, and they'll jump on board with the release over 20 and, start doing it on their own instead of being forced by regulations to do it. Maybe that's the goal when regulations ease up. That
hopefully
people see that.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing with the release over 20 is we've never tried to guilt anybody into releasing fish. We just ask that they release the big ones. We're not saying don't keep fish, because everybody likes to eat fish. Just, let's find a fish that's the appropriate length to cut up and eat. So
I just noticed I loaded this up, and I might have loaded. I forgot to change the month the title.
April, May.
Yeah, this is May. Just by the by. I want to keep reminding everyone that the way that you participate now is to download our app. And I want to also reiterate that the reason we made this app was because it was difficult to enter fish the old way, which was through our website, and you had to like enter your email every single fish you entered. It was a real problem for people entering a lot of fish, like the guides. Poor Jimmy Skinner from Edisto Beach, Captain Jimmy he entered like 1,200 fish last year, and he put his email every single time. I feel bad for him.
Oh,
But the reason we did this was to like as far as possible technically to reduce the barrier to entering fish. So now all you need to do when you download this app is do a quick onboarding. So you put your name and address, and after that, you're already logged in, just like every other app on your phone. You just open the app and just hit the submit catch, and you're just off and running. It's way better. And I also want to reiterate that we're not selling your data. We're not sharing your data. We're not taking your GPS. We don't care where your spots are. We just care what state you released your fish in. It's a natural thing for people to be skeptical and think that they're getting cheated, but I want to keep reminding everyone that that's not the case with this app. It's just a tool. It's a tool to enter fish easier, is all it is. That being said, I wanted to give just a tiny preview. This is not settled yet, but we're in like the 80% readiness of releasing our new website. And this is just a preview of what it might look like. And I think we said, if you paid attention to us at all, when we released the app in January, it's important to me that you say what you do and you do what you say. I don't like when people say what they're going to do and they don't do it. And I think what we said then was that our goal was to first get the app going. Second was going to be getting our history data up to end of 2025, get that database cleaned up, and then brought into a new database, and then start integrating that with our app. And then on top of that, our plan is to get the new mobile app data to be updating the history database so that the website updates. And that's coming next. So the first step is to get the website up without the data integrated to it, just like our usual, like what are we about, all that kind of stuff. And then phase 2 of our website will be to integrate the history data. And then I'm really excited about that because we're going to be able to do all kind of crazy cool stuff with data infographics and like leaderboards and cool stuff like that. So I think we said we do that by mid-year, and we're 3 weeks away from mid-year. So we might be a little late, might be end of summer. I don't know, might hopefully be sooner than that, but that's a general timeline. Michael's back. Hey, Michael.
That's a lot of work to get all that done. That's for sure.
It is. And thanks for acknowledging that, because we're all busy. And this is our side hustle of a side hustle, this whole project. Mm-hmm. So whenever Michael and I have a free minute, we're busy. Like he's getting the app, adding things to it, like fixing little things that people have asked for. I've been working on this, and then we're going to collaborate with getting the data involved and getting the charts and stuff like that. But we haven't had a lot going on the last few months as far as other programs, because this has been the focus. Once we get all this up and running, we can like really, really focus on like programs and stuff like that. So I just want to give you all like a status on like where we're at. I don't know. Michael, you have anything to add?
Yeah, I'll have a minor version out for the app probably this week. I think I'm going to slow roll it so it just kind of stutters out, but folks should see. I think it's like 1.1.5 version. They probably won't notice. They shouldn't notice a whole lot. It's got better stats for guides. They'll be able to see their catches separate from their ones they've been logging guests for. But yeah, like you're saying, I definitely want to do some cool stuff in the app too for leaderboards, but we need to get the online site and stuff back up. So we need to get that up and running, and then we can figure out what we need back in the app later.
Yeah.
My connection's being weird. It's doing I can only hear you, Dave. I probably need to hang up and call back in, but since
we can hear you. We can hear you. So that's the main thing.
I'm probably going to do the responsible thing and disconnect so I can fully pay attention to everything around me.
Okay. Well,
good seeing you guys, and I'm excited to see the who wins this month.
Yeah. Thanks, Michael. The other thing, and this is not a minor thing, but we found this again, it's like a platform called Zephy, and it's for nonprofits. And the amazing thing about it is it's free for a nonprofit to use all their stuff, and they don't even charge. They don't take a % of the money you bring in. They don't even take merchant card fees. The whole way they're funded is by asking people to say, hey, will you give us a little donation to allow us to provide this to the nonprofits for free? And they make billions of dollars doing it that way. So we don't get charged at all. So we're starting to use them for our online store and our newsletter form and our newsletters and all the things that right now, like over time, you get nickel and dimes with all these subscription fees for like Constant Contact, and for our online store is like $500 a month, and our hosting on GoDaddy is a lot of money, and we have a custom theme, and we have the charting software. It ends up to be like a couple $1,000 a year, and we're fixing to get rid of all of it. So, or very much of it, which means that, a lot of times you rank a nonprofit by like how much of my donations actually go into the cause, and where we're already in really good shape, we're fixing to be even better. Like I'm going to say we're probably going to be 95% effective. So that's another thing I'm kind of excited about. Anyway, I'm rambling, but that's a preview of the website. Keep an eye out for it. We'll let people know when it goes live. It's probably about a week or two out.
Ramble all you want, because I'm proud of Release Over 20, and I'm proud that you can say that 95% goes to, the cause, because not a single board member takes $1. We don't pay Don anything. I think we have 2 employees that work maybe combined 20 hours a week, posting and mailing and that kind of thing. So, man, if you can just, whatever comes in, 95% of it is going back to where we want it to, then that's pretty awesome. It's worth bragging.
It's worth saying too, Carrie, I see stuff starting to go around like social media about how you can't trust nonprofits. They're all corrupt, and there probably is some that are. And, a lot of nonprofits, if you think about it, like people's livelihoods depend on the nonprofit. So it's like, is there a motivation to keep it going, even if maybe it's not being super effective? I don't know, probably. I will say this right now: if we feel like we've accomplished our mission, we're just going to fold it. We'll be done. I don't know if that's coming anytime soon, just because there's a whole lot of people that still don't know about us and don't participate. But we're as non-corrupt a nonprofit as you can get. You know, we file our forms every year. You can look and see, and we'll put them up on the website eventually. But you'll see what Carrie said. No one's getting any money. we're paying a little bit of money to 1099 employees to just do the mailing and the social media.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't ever see us going away. We got young fishermen coming into this realm of fishing every day. And I think the word's got to keep going out. You know, there's more young guys getting involved in Release Over 20 and conservation. And those young guys are having kids and they trying to bring them along. So I think the word's here to stay.
Well, I don't disagree, but I just wanted to make the point that, like, no one's relying on this for their income. So there's no motivation that way to keep it going, just for the sake of keeping it going.
Right. No, I agree 100% with that. You know, this is all volunteer work, and the work you guys do up there at the headquarters and what Michael does with the website and the apps, you just can't say enough about that. I mean, you got state reps everywhere that's trying to help spread the word.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of good stuff going on.
Yeah, agree.
My wife's going to get a snack out of the cabinet, so I got to turn my.
Don't turn it.
Come on, PJ, get on the screen.
She walked up. She goes, "Get a snack."
No, put that pack of Oreos back. Put that pack of Oreos up.
Yeah, what's the snack?
Look, see, it's clothes in there.
All right, moving on. Enough rambling. Second annual Put 'em Back fishing tournament in collaboration with Toadfish. Their conservation coalition does oyster restoration, and Toadfish company, like, their conservation coalition is a direct branch of what their company is. But the owner, Casey, I think I mentioned last year that he had come to one of my talks and got inspired by some of the facts that I was putting out about, like, flounder and stuff. And that kind of got him to thinking, hey, I think we should do a tournament to help raise money for our coalition and also for you guys. And that's where this came from. And it's a really fun tournament. He was thinking about spreading it to a couple of other states, and it probably will be in the future, but I think he decided to keep it still in South Carolina because we're changing the format a little bit, adding some guide categories and kids categories. And it's just a really fun tournament run through Fishing Chaos. It's a week long. And you have to get, like, a super slam, which is like a redfish, trout, flounder, 3 of each species. So you got 9 fish to fill out your rubric. And it's like total length. And then, of course, they have a toadfish category. But it was really fun. Like, everyone that did it last year, like, loved it. So I think it's going to get more and more popular. So anyway, I want to let you know if you're in South Carolina or able to fish South Carolina waters, that's coming up. So registration is open. When you register, you get like $70 worth of swag from the sponsors. So almost half of your tournament fee is received back in stuff right away. So anyway.
Yeah, I was hoping they opened it up to other states because Fishing Chaos, you know, using it, is it inches or is it pounds or
inches? Yeah. You put them on a ruler, take a picture on the ruler.
Easy to do with other states, you know. So
it is. And this tournament we're not in charge of, so we're just a beneficiary. So they do ask, like, for input, but they don't have to take it. So yeah. And they're doing all the management, so it's up to them what to do. But
sure,
I know that Casey has wanted to make it multi-state, and I'm sure that that's still the intention, but just not this year. You know,
Yeah.
it'll grow and get better. We'll wait till we get it really like working like a well-oiled machine, and then we'll spread it out. So, want to remind everyone we got these decals for free for the asking. We're running low, but not out. We still probably have, I don't know, 50 or more of each. And I think we might get maybe end of the maybe like summertime. We might just end up taking the remainders and just shipping them off to the tackle shops. And just tell them to give them away to people that want.
Yeah,
But
I need to call my buddy Keith Nuttall and see what's going on in Virginia.
yeah, they I've been following Keith. They've caught a few trout. Fishing's not been great. They took a major hit, but there's still some fish, you know, as there will be.
Yeah, they got hit pretty hard. So
Talked to Charlie Church, and his company's the one that made these logos, and he said he's not even trout fishing anymore. He's gonna just wait, and he's like targeting other fish right now.
yeah.
So it is what it is. Oh, speaking of the graphics, so here's another thing that I forgot to add. We did have his company make us art like this. We had him make one for each of the species that we do. So there's a redfish, there's a trout, a flounder, a striper, and a largemouth. Sheep's head. And we're going to make them into flags, like release flags. So we'll sell them on our site, and you can fly them right side up, or you can fly them upside down if you release those fish. But we'll probably sell them individually and maybe as a 5-pack. But the art will be done, I think, probably within like a week, and then we'll go and order a bunch of flags, and then we'll put them on the site and announce it. But I think it's going to be pretty cool. The art turns out really, really great. Wait till you see the sheep. It's perfect. So yeah, that's kind of cool.
Nice.
And we can use this art for like T-shirts and stuff like that too, if whatever we want to use it for.
Now he's the same artist that's done everything, correct? For Release Over 20.
Yeah, it's not Charlie, but it's his company.
Okay.
So it's a girl named Julia. She's in New Jersey. She's sweet. She's a young, just really, really nice girl, and she's like, she's not a fisherman, but she's like, this has been such a fun project. She's like all getting into it. So
That's awesome.
She's very talented. So all right. Moving on to the results. So we had 194 trout entered, 5 sheep's head, which is actually kind of a lot for us. 496 red drum, 33 flounder, which is great, and 48 striper.
That was me.
Oh, that's right. So 776 total entries. I think that was maybe like 120 less than last month, which is a little surprising, but I know there's been like bad weather and people have been traveling, and I know I've only entered like 2 fish. I usually enter like 30 or more. So I'm sure that's going to come up over time. Number 1 in the nation was Brian Ford from South Carolina, 34 fish. Robert Montana, who was our national leader last year, we had 24. It took that's where number 10's got more than number 9 and 8. Irvin Ray and Eric Fontaine had 13, so it took 13 to make the top 10, which is pretty good. What I like seeing here is that there's not like 2 or 3 people with like a lot of fish, and then it tapers way off. It's like a lot more people are entering, like a dozen fish or more, which is cool. No doubt that's because of the app. Brian was also the leader of Red Drum, so I think most of his fish were drum. Same with Robert. Tom Houston's another local guy. He actually won. Tom won the Toadfish tournament last year. Good guy. And Kaysen Englert had 9, which took the top 10 for red drum. For trout, we had Zachary Norsworthy, which is a new name to me, which I think is great. Congrats, Zach. He had 13 fish. I don't know what state he's from. Big Don, number 2 with 10 fish. Good job, buddy.
Thank you, man.
I heard he pads his stats a little bit though.
He double enters fish. He enters
Way good,
like,
Don.
he enters
Good job,
like
buddy.
13 enters. No, just messing with you, buddy.
I hear you.
Don's partner Daryl's there with 4. Took 4 to make
Mm-hmm.
the top 10.
And Ethan Gobble, he's a good fisherman, young guy from down
Yeah,
here.
they're from Mississippi, right?
Yeah, great guys. It's him and his brother Mason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I follow those guys on Instagram too. See,
yeah. They good young men, great fishermen.
yeah. All right, striper, Irvin Ray with 13, and we had 10 people enter at least, and there's one of my lonely fish, number 10, me with 1 fish. That was actually up in Columbia, South Carolina. That trip, by the way, this year, I'm declaring 2026 is the year of Dave taking the L. This is the year of Dave hooking a personal best fish and then losing it. So,
And your personal best on striper was in the 40s, right?
36.
36. But
Wow.
you thought this one was going to be in the 40s.
It was 38 to 40, I think.
Well,
I fought it right to boat side, and it was on a 9-inch glide bait. That thing came up and like cartwheeled and fought. I think when it did that, it ended up getting hooked like on the outside of the head. But I fought it for a good 3 or 4 minutes, got right to the boat side, and then it made one last push and then spit the hook.
Wow.
And I was like on my hands and knees, like, no.
And that's with Captain Justin.
Yeah, Justin McGrady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Adam and I are going to go up there sometime in the next few days, or maybe the next week or week and a half or something. But Reagan Norris is going to guide us.
Nice. The early morning and just like trout, like early morning and evenings is usually the best bite. A lot of times when I go with him, I'll do a half day of work and then I'll meet him at like 4 o'clock.
Oh,
and we'll fish until 9 or 10 p.m.
wow.
And the fish really bite well when it gets dark.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, it's kind of cool. I love striper. Flounder, we had 8 people enter flounder. Tucker Ray with 12, which is amazing. Ron Lenve, a buddy from Jacksonville, is there. Rick Rowland. So a bunch of people had 1. I mean, a 20-inch flounder is a tough catch. It's simply why we have very few entered. Yeah. 3 sheepshead, Travis Harrison with 2, Randy Davenport and Ryan Robertson with 1 each. And then by state, South Carolina dominating again because of our guides. 345 for South Carolina, followed by Florida. Florida is powered by the Salt Strong chapters, who have been very active. You'll see in the next slide. North Carolina, Texas, Virginia, and down to Rhode Island with 7. Pretty cool. Striper, no doubt. And business leaderboard, so release over 20. So this is everyone in the organization. So our board members and our state reps had 61. We, by the way, are ineligible to receive the award at the end of the year, but I love that we're still leading.
Yeah.
Salt Strong St. Pete was the de facto leader with 45. So look at all these Salt Strong chapters. We've got Salt Strong Sports Coast, Low Country Kayak Anglers in there. then Salt Strong Charleston, Salt Strong Tampa, Salt Strong Big Bend, Salt Strong Treasure Coast. And I love that. That's great. I love that these guys are competing. And our last stats is, last but not least, our guide leaderboard. Jimmy Skinner, who's our number one guide last year with 113 fish. Our own Evan Wheeler, our rep from Pensacola with 40. Pretty solid.
Good for Evan.
Parker is also from Edisto Beach. John Cloyd is from Hilton Head. We got Scotty, who's our North Carolina rep. And then tapering down to Scotty Sevens. We've had Scotty on the show from New Jersey. And yeah, good results. And we're ready to do our giveaway. So, Harry, take it away. I made a couple substitutions as usual.
All right. Well, we probably need to update just for everybody's information, though. Everything that David pulls out, he pulls out of a temperature controlled storage building. There's only 2 keys to it. He's got one. I've got one. Everything stays in there. It never goes anywhere. If I get it through the mail and I pick it up at our PO box, eventually it goes to David. David puts it in there. So that's important that everybody knows that. We do need to probably, Dave and I, get together and do an inventory so that we can get all of our everything on the same page, because there's times when I send something in where I think there's 4 of them or 5 of them, and there's only 2 of them or 1 of them, and then David substitutes. So as I read these off, David just substitutes are.
Just to add, the reason that our inventory is not correct is that we give away stuff and then we forget to deduct it from inventory. So
yeah,
we're not taking it, but we give it away. A lot of times what we do is we give packages like this to tournaments. And if I might, probably me, forget to tell Christina to release it from inventory, then our inventory gets off. So it's been, I don't think we've ever done an inventory update since we started. So we're probably due.
And there's times where we, pull some stuff out real quick to give to, like some Cub Scouts or something have something going on. And then if we don't write it all down and send it in, then, we have an itemized inventory down to the very number. And sometimes those numbers, we get down to 3 of them and there's none of them left. So that's where the discrepancy comes in. But no, none of us have ever wore home a hooked fishing gear shirt. Mayor of Tampa Bay, we've never wore one home because we've never taken one. So anyway, having said that, this is the captain's giveaway. We've got Slapfish decal, Pure Flats soft plastics. We've got Fish Bites in the Fight Club. They're the scented flavor. And I think, David, hopefully we're running out of those because they have a shelf life. Seaman Thick Trick, 3 3/4 shrimp. We got a Release Over 20 gray t-shirt in a large AFTCO hat. And then what probably isn't going to be pictured here is the Release Over 20 /hook t-shirt that comes with every giveaway. Or shirt, rather. It may not be a t-shirt.
Hang on 1 second. I got to share my screen. Okay, there we go. So there's 225 guide entries, and I'm going to roll 3 times. 33, 129. The winner is 206, which is Scotty Watson.
All right, Scotty.
And Lee was his client. We know Lee. Lee came to ICAST with us.
He sure did.
So congrats, Lee.
They work hard.
We know Lee. Yeah, they do. And they're both just the most giving people. They deserve everything that they get. They receive because they give everything away, and they do things for people. All right, let me go back to this and giveaway A.
All right, giveaway A is a Slapfish decal. Pure Flats soft plastics. Mirror Lure Marsh Minnow soft plastic, Z-Man diesel minnows and a trout sickle, mud minnow cap, Eye Strike release over 20 Texas Eye, 3/16 3-pack, a Drum Spots gray beanie, and a Cast It Forward sun shirt, along with a release over 20 and a hook t-shirt shirt.
So Carrie, when I took the photo of this, look at the mud minnow hat.
Yeah.
Look carefully at it.
Oh my gosh, what? That's crazy. How'd that happen?
I don't know. It's like
That looks like Water World.
It's like a collector's item, I guess.
Wow.
Upside down.
That's
That
one.
didn't come like that, right?
It came like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But we
Also-
have other ones like that that are right side up.
That's when you
funny.
turn inside out and you wear for a rally cap.
You know.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, funny. Okay. So there's 551 entries for this. I'm gonna roll 3 times. 467, 339. The winner's 515, which is right here. Kaysen Englert from Texas with a 20-inch flounder. Nice. Congrats, Kaysen. We'll get a hold of you. You can rock that upside down Albino hat.
And he only had 3 entries, so that's great. I love seeing people that have 1 to 3 entries that win.
Yeah.
Giveaway B is a Slap a Fish decal. And David, if you remember, you told me that we had 3 years worth of these Slap a Fish decals. So that's going to be what I lead off with every time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you know,
they actually saw our giveaway and commented, and they're like, "Heck yeah!" So they saw
there they
their
go.
stuff
So-
in every single giveaway.
so they're good for 3 years. So
Yeah.
anyway, we got the Slap Fish decal. We got Pure Flat soft plastics, which we give away every time as well. And when I get to the end of a whole year where we've given away 3 to 4 with each giveaway, then I just make a call and we're back in business. Mirror Lure Marsh Minnow soft plastic, Z-Man thick trick watermelon red, Top Water Company sample pack clips, Drum Spots green t-shirt, Marshwear koozie, and Aftco stickers, and a release over 20 hook shirt.
And the Top Water Co. is something we're out of. So
Okay.
I replaced it with something else, though. Now I can't remember what.
Okay, I'll make a note of that here. And so we're out of the sample packs.
We're out of everything from Top Water.
Okay.
Right. I'm sure they'll stock up again. We just need to give them a call.
Okay. Okay.
All right, 3 rolls for number B. 481, 35. Winner is 258. 258. Wyatt Haney from Florida with a 21-inch red drum. Congrats, Wyatt. I like this because it's new names.
Yeah. And again, he's got 3 entries. That's good. I love seeing that.
Yeah, he's got some more down here. So this is
Oh, okay, I see
chronological.
all that.
So,
Okay.
but yeah, still, congrats, Wyatt. I want to remind everyone the reason we do these whole things is because everything is live, not predetermined. Anybody can literally win. You're watching it happen. So it's a unique and rare thing these days. Most giveaways are sort of
Okay.
curated, I guess I'd say.
Slap Fish decal. Pure Flat soft plastic, Mirror Lure Marsh Minnow soft plastics, Drum Spots green t-shirt, Marshwear koozie, a Cast It Forward sun shirt, Aftco stickers, and a release over 20 hook shirt.
Okay, so I substituted something there for this AFCO solar shirt, which is a super nice shirt.
You sent, what'd you do?
I think it was Carrie, as we could talk about this offline, but I think we're already giving away a release over 20 shirt with every.
Yeah.
We
Well,
don't even.
we need hats though. We're getting down on hats. We've got a lot of shirts, so
Yeah, I think we might be out of hats.
yeah, we're needing hats is what we need.
So if we don't do a hook shirt, we'll do a cast it forward shirt.
Okay.
So just, I don't know. We could talk about it offline.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
Anyway, I substituted a super nice shirt.
Yeah.
All right. And the last giveaway, let's do it. 3 rolls, 418, 3035, and 504. High numbers this time. 504. Eli Sheets from Florida with a 25-inch red drum. Another new name. Congrats, Eli. And that does it. So congrats to the winners. I will be sending you an email. Keep an eye on your inbox. And we'll mail the packages out. And you guys have a good month. And we will talk to you next month at the end of June. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, David. Appreciate it.
I
All right.
appreciate it.
All
See
right.
you, Don.
See you guys.
Bye.